Welcome back. Wednesday night. No strings attached. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Oh, it's been a long week, man. We coming fresh off of last week. Somebody got me. Am I echoing on somebody? I think we good. We coming fresh off of last week's Dr. Umar Johnson interview. Which was a fun interview, man. We had Umar on for almost 2 hours with us, rocked out with us. A lot, man. So y'all can go and check that out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on the channel. No strings attached. Go check out that video if you have not seen it already. Go watch it again, because trust me, it might be something that you missed. I know a lot of people had a lot to say about it. I saw a lot of feedback on that show. So y'all go check that one out, man. When we had Dr. Umar, we're gonna try to have him again in a few months to come back on and talk about some more stuff that he was talking about and some of his plans. We also gonna talk about the school. I know a lot of y'all wanted us to bring it up. I didn't want to touch on it that last week. We're going to talk about the school next time we have them on, so we'll get to it. Tonight, we got another special guest with us. You know what I'm saying? She's going to bless us with her presence. We're going to get into some stuff. We're going to talk about her background, everything that she does, as well as our topic for tonight that we want to get into as well. You know, on this show, we talk about relationships and the culture. So we're going to talk about... What's that?
I said, ha ha.
But we right now we are in the most wonderful time of the year right now. This is like peak cuffing season time right now, right? We there.
Yeah.
Right. It's what it used to be. I don't know if it still is.
Cuffing season is in full swing right now as we approach Thanksgiving. So we're gonna get to that as well. But before we do anything, y'all know first thing we always do, man, let everybody go around, introduce themselves. We got my cousin and your cousin Torian, aka I Runs Wild. What up, Torian?
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Hope y'all day's been going good. Mine's been relaxing. And you know what it is. Let's talk some shit.
And we got Shody Mo, aka Cozy Mo, up top. What up, sis?
What's up, y'all? Welcome back on Wednesday night. I hope y'all are just as ready for the show as I am. So let's get to it.
She ready. Hold on, before we get to our guest, pulling up late, but she here.
I'm here. Hey, y'all. Happy No Strings Day.
Hey.
Our good sister Naomi. And our guest for tonight is gonna rock with us tonight, man. I'm gonna let her introduce herself because she made me nervous when I looked at her bio. She said with everything she had on there, because I saw, well, I ain't even gonna say it. But we got Sacred Fantasy kicking it with us tonight. What up?
Hello. Hi.
All right. So when I went to the IG page, it said, I believe, I'm trying to go off the top of my head, author, poet, and goddess, right?
Yes.
There we go. In that order.
Mm-hmm.
In that order.
Okay. Well, God is number one.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
First and foremost.
First and foremost.
Right. So let's talk about this first before we get to anything, right? We want to get into you a little bit for our audience, you know what I'm saying, that may not be familiar. Let's talk about it, right? Author, poet, goddess, right? New book, right? That's out now.
So yeah, this is my most recent book. It's called All the Things I Didn't Want to Write About. So all the things I didn't want to write about transpired. This book was not supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen. So my first book is Blessings in Disguise. I have 2 books now. So Blessings in Disguise basically is about poetry about love, like relationships I went through, and just poems that transpired during the relationships. I didn't intend to put these poems in a book. Most of the bulk of the book, I want to say, happened between 2017 and 2019. Then I threw in poems from years prior. So moving to my second book, it was supposed to be a book about affirmations and mantras, but I kept having all these thoughts, and it was everything that I didn't want to write about, which is why all the things I didn't want to write about happened. So this one is more so like trauma bonds and what I go through, as being like a Black woman in America, daddy issues, and just then at the back is like giving free game, because I'm like, I went through this and this is what I can give to you as my gift. So take the game and do with it as you please.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There we
Beautiful.
go.
I'm definitely gonna have to check them out. I love it.
Yeah. Let the people know right now where they can go find that book.
You can find my books at thesacredfantasy.com. You click on the store, and then you can purchase my books or pull up on me.
You did?
And where are you at? Where you at?
I'm in San Antonio, but I'm about to start my book tour. So I'll be in Dallas, San Antonio, Houston, Austin, and then I'll migrate all the way up to like DC.
Okay, yes. That's what's up.
So y'all go tap in. Hold on, let me get my good sis in here. She got her glasses on.
Hey, Bree, she mean business.
Right, she said, "What's up, no strings?"
Bring my glasses on. All right, so Sacred, you got the book out right now, right?
Yes.
Everybody go. We want y'all to go and support that, right? Because
Yes.
when I was reading I went to your website and I was reading about the book, and it's like you really are pouring out some stuff in that book. So I'm gonna go check it out. Me and my wife talked about it. We're gonna go definitely support and check that out. But you also got some music out right now as well. Some new music.
I have singles, EPs, album. So the first single I released is called Liberation. Then I released it again with a spin on it, just because I freestyle most of my work that I release in album form, and then the rest comes from my books. So it's like an audio book, but with a spin on it. I freestyle because in order to find who I am as an artist, I give myself a blank canvas. Here's a beat, and whatever comes, I lay it on the track. And plus, it strengthens because I'm a savage with bars. Like I'm a lyricist, bar heavy. I love bars. If it's not a bar, I can't spit it. It's just like it's blasphemy to the goddess within me. So freestyling, every time I freestyle, I just go up another tier. So I'm just like, I don't want to write. Writing is easy. Freestyling isn't.
There you go. Yeah, so y'all can go listen. You got the music as well. Now, the style is I would describe it definitely as a unique style because I was listening to a bunch of tracks, right? I'm like, let me listen to some of these. I had listened to some before. I'm like, okay, let me catch up on some stuff. How would you describe like your sound or your style like from the music? I know you say you take it from the poetry that you write as well, but how if you had to describe like the music sound for someone who's never heard?
I would describe my sound as being very eccentric, eclectic. I am soulful, just authentic. It's very organic. I don't seek to sound like anyone else. Right. I dig within, and whatever comes out is what comes out. I don't even know what I truly sound like in my most, like my highest state. I'm growing and becoming this artist. So it's soulful, it's sacred, and it's organic. It's very organic.
Thanks. No, I like it.
And cutthroat. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I had to go and dim the lights in the room. I felt like I had to set a whole scene when you were on the track. I'm like, I feel like I can't even just have all these lights on. I need to have a mood set.
Yes, set the mood.
Yeah. No, I heard you say somewhere, I forgot where it is. I don't know if it was something I was reading or that in an interview when you was talking about your name, Sacred Fantasy.
Yes.
And you described it. Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, because they know on this show I be messing up all the time. Somewhere I thought I heard you say, "Look but don't touch." Am I right on that?
Yes, Sacred Fantasy. Look, don't touch. So people see things that are. People think about a lot of people when they first hit fantasy, they go to like fetishes and like sexual things as opposed to thinking like whimsical, as opposed to thinking like magical or, otherworldly. So.
My bad.
I was about to say, okay. Okay, don't keep talking. Okay. So sacred is something that you keep protected. Fantasy is something that people they want to think about. So sacred fantasy means like I may be your fantasy, but I'm a sacred fantasy. So look, just don't touch me.
And I gotta ask you this.
Yes.
Now I know everybody else doesn't know. What's your sign?
Scorpio.
There you go. And you just had a birthday last Wednesday, right? Was it Wednesday last week? What was it?
Yes, last Wednesday, correct.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, it was nice to
Wait,
meet
I missed it. Okay, happy
Nice to
belated
meet
birthday.
you.
When was your birthday? What day?
November 9th.
Okay, yes, happy belated.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're gonna rock out. And I got some more questions because I want to get to this freestyling because listen, it is a breath of fresh air to hear you freestyle because see, I'm a little older, right? You know, I respect, shout out to my age. I'm a little older, but I come from an era of like growing up in Houston, like
Mhm.
I come from the DJ Screw, Michael Watts era where like dudes
Yes.
like freestyle. It's
Yes.
this new stuff now where dudes will go up to a radio station with their phone in their hand and saying, "Yeah, I'm finna do this freestyle." And I'm like,
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, this is definitely pre-written.
yeah,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait, your mic is messing up.
oh, can y'all hear me?
Now we do.
Now we can.
My fault. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know if it cuts off. But you know, I've seen a lot of your freestyles where it's just you. I'm like, oh yeah, that ain't written. She just going off the dome. You can tell she bouncing, she grooving with it. Oh yeah. So we're gonna get into the freestyle stuff as well. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. Let me get Bree back in here. Bree and her glasses back in here. Full house on here tonight. All right, so we're gonna definitely talk about some cuffing season. We're gonna definitely get into Sacred Fantasy website as well. Y'all can hear me still, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Well, before we get into anything with the cuffing season, because we right now prime time cuffing season. Who's this little weird girl that was trending all day today that married somebody after 9 months? What happened with this TikTok love story? What happened with this that I missed?
I didn't see that.
You didn't see this? Okay, so let me pull it up. It was something where
I'm like, dang
Yes.
it, Mo is our resident TikTok girl, and she didn't see it. And
What?
Torian, y'all slacking.
Okay.
It wasn't on TikTok. It was on IG.
Because listen, my algorithm is set up, ma'am.
I thought I read somewhere though that like they first met or started talking via TikTok.
No, yeah, they met on TikTok, but she posted it on IG.
Okay, so what happened,
okay.
Tori? You got the information.
No
Tell us.
wonder.
Okay.
No, I got us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tell us what happened, Tori.
I didn't say I knew all the information. I just knew that part of it.
So I got the information.
Okay, so basically they met on TikTok. I can't remember the amount of days, but like they was already engaged like after like 4 days of talking or something like that, and then married by like the end of the month.
Were
Yeah, like-
either of them in the military?
No.
Damn, this is wild. Not they just dry got married.
Yeah, they got married. And they've been married, for 9 months now, right? Or have they been dating
6
for
months, or it was some short.
But the bottom, okay, here we go. I'm gonna pull up. Hold on.
Look, we need to
Here it goes. It says woman announces she's divorcing her husband of 9 months.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And here's the kicker, because he lied about a previous marriage and having 3 adult children.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not they was old like that, and they just getting married, no background checks.
Okay.
like they be the ones ready to get married like tomorrow.
See, and I'm like,
And they've been watching too much TV because there's too many shows now where it's, they got married at first sight, Love is Blind, like.
but they dead ass be breaking up
Ready to
right
love.
after that show. Because I don't watch those
Blindly.
shows, but I follow like the news, and I follow E News, and it always says so and so broken up. I'm like, why? Why?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, what type of questions was she not asking, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like,
They just said, "Will you marry me?" That was the only question.
Facts. He liked her TikTok, she likes his, and it was just there. They fell in love.
Facts.
I really don't even think it's about love for those kind of people. Like, you were expediting this thorough process for what? Like,
Okay.
we're gonna talk about that first. Have a seat at the table. And why do you think you need to expedite something as serious as marriage? And when you come
Okay.
back, I got questions. Like, who hurt you for real? Why are you running into someone else's arms? Because that's what I look at this like. That just doesn't feel so natural. Whatever.
They probably had some deep conversations that she just thought that was it. Like, yes, I found this. Like, why waste time? Let's do it.
Okay, he was the one.
Right.
was she
No, but I'm like, damn, if the children are adults and he's not still married, I don't know. I guess maybe the lion was the problem because I'm like, shit.
Well,
those
yeah,
problems don't
Naomi.
seem-
But here's
That
what she
bad.
wrote on IG. Let me put this up for y'all. Here's what she wrote. It don't sound like she over dude. It don't sound like she over him at all, in my opinion, right? She says, the marriage was so beautiful and full of love. My husband literally worshiped me, and I don't know if anyone is ever going to love me like he did. So hey, listen, I'm gonna stop it right there.
No, like, why are you leaving? Girl?
Why the fuck are you?
We should keep this behind closed
I was
doors.
reading the wrong shit. Hold on.
Damn, Mo.
I was reading the post.
Mo said I ain't even see that. Mo, come on, you got to read out loud. Mo, you are our official reader.
Okay.
You know we always select you in class to read.
Now I'm nervous. My marriage was so beautiful and full of love. My husband literally worshiped me. I don't know if anyone is ever going to love me like he did. But this one lie I can't forgive. I have filed a divorce today. I found out today that he has 3 grown-up girls. 3? Never told me he was married and divorced. Yes, he's divorced, but still doesn't change anything. I married a single, loving husband. I won't settle for less. I love him so much. I appreciate all the love you showed me. You showed me a different version of love. I appreciate, but I can't settle for a tiny lie. I can't forget. I won't forgive. I don't owe anyone an explanation, period. Don't ever lie about your age for any reason. Okay, wait.
Not the age. Like,
That's like the last ending. Wait, lying about the age?
I think
maybe that was the biggest thing. Maybe she didn't know he was as old as he was.
And then she told me, I love you, MD. First of all, look at this man. Wait, how old did she think he was? Let's be real. Like, let's be really real right now.
Okay.
And not right in the end on her marriage picture. I just cannot. Like, she could have just kept this as a relationship and it would have just been a regular thing.
I want to know exactly how old she thought he was, number one. Number two, was she like popping on social media? Was she like,
who is this? I don't know who this girl is.
Okay. And did she ask him if he had kids or was married before? I mean, I don't think, why does it matter if he's married before? Like, why does it matter? He's married to you now.
Right.
No, she's talking about she thought she married a single man. Like, if he was divorced, he was still single.
Right. Okay.
And let me say this: if he has adult children, okay, well,
you don't even got to worry about the baby mama, girl. Like, what are you?
Exactly.
What are you tripping on?
You dig? I'm like, okay,
she's crazy.
No, but obviously she is a little crazy because marrying somebody in 9 months or marrying in months.
4 days, it said.
No, she's clearly a bit of a dodo bird, respectfully.
Like, of course, he lied to you. Like, you were a stranger to him.
It was too easy.
It was the perfect setup. Like,
okay.
You bought this shit on clearance.
Okay.
Now you got to tighten up.
Say it again, tighten up. His kids are grown. It's not like I have 3 grown kids and I was married before you. I think I should tell you that I was married because you know, maybe you should want to know that because we're getting married tomorrow and it's only been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And she doesn't live in the USA. I'm like watching this video of them and like her video.
They look like they're having a good time though.
Yeah,
she probably went in blind swinging.
US. I'm like, what the fuck? So she don't even live in the US.
No, like maybe she just found that shit out and literally just wrote that post.
Let me put this up. Here goes another post from her right here. Here goes another post.
Stop.
She love this man.
This was the best 9 months of my life. Like, girl, please go back.
She wants sympathy.
Girl,
that's crazy.
She said, "I have no regrets whatsoever. I just won't settle for a lie, regardless." It's a small lie, mama. You be all
right. Is that how you spell severely?
I think she is trying to say severely. Not severally.
I've asked you several times before.
That's where I thought she was going.
Yeah, I think she got caught in between words
from your mom.
Severally.
Yeah.
But she probably meant to let her go and go back.
Not from mom, like not even him. So I mean, listen. Now there's two. I feel like there's only 2 ways to feel about this. Number one, yes, he lied. Okay, yeah, but you also married him in 4 days, so it's like I mean, how can you really be mad? You know what I'm saying? Y'all was gonna be learning each other for a very long time after that marriage anyway. So it's good to know this stuff, straight up. At least he's not married before. He's like at least divorced, But
At least.
like, I could understand if y'all was together for some time and then you found out, then okay, what else you hiding? But like, why didn't he say something? Why didn't he just say that? I mean, the girl
Yeah, I guess that would be weird.
This
That he
kid's
just
grown.
didn't mention it.
Yeah, they grown. He like, they're not my kids no more. He's
He
like,
like, I actually don't even fuck with them as people now that I know them.
They actually all hate me, and I don't have any place to play.
it's like she got to take that to the chin because like when you box,
Mhm.
you got to take a couple to the chin. When
Okay.
you drag race, you might flip your car a couple times on the corner. When you marry in 4 days, when you marry in 4 days, you're gonna find some shit out after 6 months. I promise you that.
But I
So,
got questions.
buckle up.
Yeah. What's your
All
question?
you're doing is finding out for the next year, 2 years. Like that's all
Exactly.
you're gonna be doing with this person. Like,
Put your seatbelt on.
what did you expect?
She said,
Like, but she said he never mentioned he was married or had kids. So did she? It would be a lie if she asked him if he had kids and he said I don't have kids, as opposed to them getting married. Then he said, "Oh, I do have children and I was married before." So
Yeah.
if she asked him and he said he told her something different, then it's a lie. Other than that, it wasn't a lie. You just married somebody without knowing their background.
know
Yeah.
it fully, but she is saying lies, so maybe she did ask him directly.
But let me ask you this:
And
the way that she's confessing in these writings that she loves this man and how she don't think that she gonna ever, not her words, not mine, that she may never find this again in anybody else. What he did, okay, we can all agree if she asked him, "Hey, have you been married? Hey, do you have kids?" and he said no and no, and it comes to find out that it's a lie. He's been divorced and he has kids and they're adults. But he treated you this way. Is it? I'm asking the women. I'm asking everybody. If you had somebody that you were in, would you throw this happiness that she's confessing that she found? Would you throw it away based on that?
no, if I'm in love, hell no. And I'm feeling like she's talking about these were the best 9 months of my life. Like, no.
No, I definitely feel that because I'm like, I mean, if I'm crazy enough to marry in 4 days and I'm crazy enough to stay along for the ride, we here, baby. We might as well just ride it out. You know what I'm saying? So like, shit. But that's what I'm saying. She doesn't really have any room to feel anyway. And I guess that's why she is saying that. Because she doesn't want to look like, I guess she doesn't want to look like she took an L to everybody else. But, you could have just took the L in private, honestly.
No, like literally. And it's not even that much of an L. Like everybody's grown. Like we could all just smoke a joint together and like everything will be cool. Like we just go pass this bitch around.
and you know what? That L is the first letter of love. So sometimes
Okay.
like you're gonna have to sacrifice. Nothing good comes without sacrifice. That's what I'm learning too, because I just love to feel good at all times. I love to be comfortable. Like I love that. So then there's some things like, for instance, if you want to get an IV, like to hydrate, you're gonna have to get a shot. And I hate pain like that. But you gotta sacrifice through that little piece in order to actually be hydrated. So you're gonna take some L's on the journey of love, no matter who you are. But like that's something that's worth it, especially when you up here singing the song of love. You're singing down about how your life has been changed. Like, my man, the remix. So at that point, you need to go ahead and just like get your life. It's okay. Hug it out, cry it out, and just dance it out, get back to normal.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that she might want to rethink it. But
what about you, Roy? Did you answer that question already?
I didn't. Because here's what I was thinking, right? You know me, Lionel. Maybe it's the cynic in me. But I'm thinking, if you lie about some bullshit, if we get, if you lie about some shit like that.
I mean, yes, but
like you lied about not one, not two, 3 children. You didn't even
That's
say
a regular nigga lie though.
Hilarious.
3,058 niggas told that lie in the last 2 hours. No, I ain't got no kids. Ain't got no baby mama.
That's the old me. That don't even got nothing to do with who I am today. Like,
I'm just
And
saying,
if they're adults, like what role does that play in her life? But the lie, I do get the lie of it all.
that's what potentially I would be super conflicted just because the way she's talking, it seems like it's been a beautiful time that they've had together. But with that, it's like in the back of your mind, like this they've been married. They said no. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So it's like there's that, because if you can, and again, to Mo's point that she made earlier, you don't really know this person like that, right? Maybe, and I always say this, man, when you first meet somebody, I apologize, I'm stopped up, man, I'm sorry. But
Can't tell.
But when you first meet somebody, I always say this, you typically, I know this don't sound good for people dating, but a lot of times you meet that person's representative, right? It's not really them for at first. This is who I want you to think I am, Torian. You dig what I'm saying? So if you meet me on TikTok, Torian, I might be telling you I'm 6'6". You dig what I'm saying? The stuff that I think you want to hear. Now, when I pull up and I'm 5'10", you're gonna be like, well,
that would be some crazy shit. You see, you can't just lie about it.
But I'm saying though, but think about it though, Naomi. What if everything else I told you?
I'm like, that's actually exactly.
But what if everything else I told you was the truth, and you love everything else about me that we've built in this communication and FaceTiming this whole time? But I pull up and instead of 6'6", I'm 5'11".
We gotta fight.
Bye. Because I guess. And I'm like, why are you even lying about that? That's so weird.
Because in your bio you said only 6'4" and up. So shit, I wanted to jump the DMs.
And that's wild. Like, well, nigga, you should have known you were never qualified, and like you were never even gonna pass the test if that was the case. Like, if you wanted to see me, but you know. So I guess I can definitely get from the lie's perspective.
What say you, Sacred? A little white lie, Sacred Fantasy. Just a little, not nothing major. That like I got another girl pregnant right now. She's ready to have my baby right now. No, not that, but just something that it really doesn't impact what we really have. You know what I'm saying? But I was dishonest about it.
Only if the person is able to admit that they lied and take responsibility. But if I bring it up and they're like, but it wasn't a lie, and I know they're lying, then no, because it means you're a pathological liar, and then you're not ready to take the accountability for it and move forward. So if they're able to take the accountability and not lie moving forward, then sure, it depends on what they lied about. Like they can't be like, I got a body in the back. Well, you know what, whatever. Don't tell nobody. Other than that, it's just like as long as they take accountability, we can work through it.
Right, we can work it out.
We can work it out, maybe.
There you go.
This makes me think of that show a couple weeks ago that we had, where I think there may have like been Giovanni in her name or Gianni or something like that, but she was saying like, lie to me, like act like, treat me like that, like create that paradise space for me so I can have something.
Nikki Giovanni, shout out to Nikki Giovanni.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm glad I remembered at least her last name. Yeah. But see, she would have been happy with this kind of guy. She would have been like, okay, well, thank God, because he's creating a little slice of heaven for me. That's all I need. Ooh. Like it could be chaotic. I was like, who knows? A kid. I feel like that's what she was saying. The reality could be chaos, but at the end of the day, you got to make that peace, alchemize it into a slice of pie for me.
I like what you saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's something interesting. I didn't think about that, but that does tie into that show from 2 weeks ago, Lionel, because like. She was saying, Nikki Giovanni, the famous poet, author, activist from the 60s, and still today, but Nikki Giovanni was saying in that thing, like, hey, she was telling, if you're a man and you're coming home to me and you've been smiling, and again, we're talking about people, and she was having that conversation in 67, I think it was.
Something like that.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was, it was a different time, obviously, but she was saying, hey, you've been at that job smiling to them white folks this whole time, right? Doing all this. When you come home, don't dump all that on me. I want you to quote unquote lie to me too. Treat me like, come in here and smile and lie to me too, right? Because I don't want to have all of that. So
like as if everything's okay. As if.
Right. Like he's created for her, it seems like per her own writings, a perfect person. Again, let me put it back up. She said it, not me. She said that I don't know. Let me find what did she say here? I don't
look how she's smiling in that picture. You can't buy that smile, okay?
I don't know if anyone is ever going to love me like he did. That's what she said. So, you know,
I feel
That
like
is so crazy.
she's not qualified for marriage.
I feel
ooh,
like that's an
And the
interesting.
reason why I say that, because it says for richer or poor, through all of these good health, bad health, whatever. So
right.
you made a vow to a person now that you're gonna work things out and work through things. Now my whole thing is you're thinking it's supposed to be a utopian marriage. You found the perfect guy, but you haven't even known him long enough to know if he's perfect. My whole thing is I have a long dating phase. We're gonna date for months. We can date for over a year. You have to become my best friend, then you can become my lover. You have to go through all these tiers. I was single for 5.5 years, and I feel like she found someone and she made this utopian marriage, and she's like, I want to marry you. But did you see him at his worst?
Damn.
Did you ask him qualifying questions of why he should be your husband? Don't tell me why you're perfect. Tell me about when you're at your lowest. How do you work through that? Like, how do you problem solve? How do you resolve things? Like, what's your spiritual hygiene? Like, what do you do to keep yourself sound and balanced?
Listen, I don't know what my spiritual hygiene is, Sacred Fantasy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You can take bubble
No,
baths.
because Black men got to start stepping more into that for sure.
I don't know what is my spiritual hygiene. Shit, I don't know. I had to go get my hygiene together. Shit. Okay. No, I like that. That's real talk though. Like when you marry somebody that quick, it's definitely it's gonna be something that you're gonna find out throughout the marriage.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Listen, we got Sacred Fantasy rocking with us tonight, man, on No Strings Attached. Hit that thumbs up button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate it. Follow Sacred Fantasy. What's the IG Sacred Fantasy for you where they can follow you?
Sacred_fantasy.
There you go. Follow her over there on IG and hit her up on her website at
thesacredfantasy.com.
thesacredfantasy.com. Plenty of content on there. You can get the music, you can get all the books on there. You know what I'm saying? You can go in there and do your thing, right? So hit her up on IG, and she's gonna be going out on the book tour with the new book. Show them the new book one more again.
New book. All the things I didn't want to write about. First book, Blessings in Disguise. Third book, coming to screens near you. Boom.
There you go. There you go. So y'all make sure y'all support our sister because she is. Listen, we used to have. Let me say this for our OG listeners. We used to have a head wrap quota on this show, and we had strings where we would go, 13, 14 shows where at least somebody would have a head wrap on. And let me say this. Shout out to Sacred Fantasy because she came with the rap. I'm disappointed in our cast. See, our cast, they didn't got bougie. See, we didn't got comfortable, and they feel like, we had Dr. Umar on. We didn't made it now. So we just in here just, we just letting our hair fly. We ain't even wrapping our hair up no more. You know?
Look, I definitely have not worn my hair.
Yeah, you see, Hollywood now.
I think I've been having stuff. We'll be back. We'll see.
Yeah, we used to. It used to be where like I wouldn't even start the show unless because I used to be like, yo, we got a head wrap quota. We need at least one head wrap. God damn it.
Yeah. You gonna have to wear one then, Roy.
Or if you'd like to donate to the head wrap fund, dash at me at @solo.
Okay.
Because listen, I need some new head wraps.
Okay.
Dang.
Go ahead and donate to the head wrap fund for No Strings. So we can get some cute ones, some new fly patterns and shit. That's what I need.
And don't try to scare me with a good time, Tori, and I'll put on a head wrap, damn it.
Yeah, you need to have Roy in the head wrap. You really need to keep the next show going, and we'll follow your
right.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my brother Nick Cannon. I'll come out here with my turban on, damn it.
Yeah, with the shades.
Do it. Next show.
Shout out to my San Diego brother Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon was born in the same hospital. I always say that. But okay, so I wanted to say that. We're going to get to cuffing season, I promise you. I don't want to run from that. But before we even get to cuffing season, I got to get this out the way. Shout out to Ashley in the chat as well. What up, Ashley? I want to get this out the way as well because I saw this was trending a little bit. And so, hold on, did it not pull up? Oh, I didn't even save it. Hold on. I thought I saved it. I did not. So I'll read it from my phone. I apologize, y'all. I'm sorry. this was trending a bit today with people asking this question. I think this is an interesting question. So I'll bring it to the panel.
Everyone, I just wanted to. Hey, everyone.
We good? Somebody playing something in the back? We good? Okay, here we go.
That was me.
Okay, here's the question. What is something that's not cheating? So this is not cheating, right? So nobody cheating on you. So what's something that's not cheating, but you wouldn't take, but you would take it the same way? So like you would still be upset about the shit in the relationship. So the person didn't cheat on you, like physically or emotionally, but you would be like, yo, nigga, like, you know, I feel like that's some bullshit you did. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking that, you know. Now, in the post on Twitter, the person says smoking with another dude. They would take that like, hold on, that's that bullshit. You so hold on, so y'all just smoking together now. That's what y'all doing? Okay.
No, because I was thinking about that, and I'm like, damn, that's interesting.
You smoke with
Like my man just
and I was wondering if that applies with a man who doesn't smoke. Would he feel that same type of way? Like, I don't know. I guess.
But what's something else that's like that for y'all? Talk to me. Y'all think about this. What's something that like is not cheating, but you would be like, hey, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, you just out here like, you know.
I don't know.
Men, girls.
Listen, I can give you one real quick up top. When I saw this off the top of my head, as a married man, I've been married for a long time. Y'all know this. If my wife came in and was talking to me, because she likes to come in the house from the moment she walks in through the garage, she's just talking. Hey, and then she just goes into her day. She don't ask me nothing about my day. She just opens the door. Hey, babe, I'm here, and then just goes in, right? So she was talking in one of her 30-minute rants when she walks in. And she like slips in there. Yeah. And then I had to go to the store and like Jeff filled up my gas for me. I'd be like, whoa, hold on. Whoa. So you got niggas out here just like pumping gas? What the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have to pump the brakes on that. Like, hold on, shit. Like, you can't pump your own gas? You couldn't call me? Like, what was going on with this gas pumping? The fuck is happening? Yeah, fuck all that. We ain't saying, you know, that's a gateway drug, but yeah.
Okay.
I think honestly, I mean, I feel the smoking one. I definitely feel that one a little bit because, like, not you smoking with other bitches. Like, first of all, okay, that's absolutely no, sir. And if it is, if we all smoking, where we smoking at? But no, actually, mine doesn't really involve others. I think it's more like a thing, like. I don't know if this is childish, but like you get some food, you don't bring me nothing. Like, damn, okay. Why you do like that? Like that's well, it can even be like really anything, I think, because if I'm going somewhere, I guess I'm considering that way. Like if I'm going to the store and I'm coming back to you, like I even just run into the store. You want some, you need some, or even if I like just know what you like, I might just grab it for you. You know what I'm saying? But like. So you went to go get food. You didn't even ask me if I was hungry. Like you didn't even think about my favorite thing to get off the menu to just grab it. Like I don't know. That's like betrayal a little bit. Okay, you know I'll be hungry. Stop playing.
Right.
Not feel that. For me, it would be like, I think of like if. You knew I wanted to do something with you, and then like it wasn't something that you do, and then like you do it finally with somebody else. I would be hurt, and that happened to me because this dude likes to like in college, like he used to drink all the time. No, I used to drink, and he would never drink, and then like after we kind of like stopped kicking and shit, he started drinking, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like you serious? Like wow, I'm hurt. Like. I want to slash some tires now.
Okay.
Okay.
So I wasn't good enough to drink with. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
No, I definitely feel that. Like, oh, okay. When we was together, so you just wasn't the type that you was just so afraid of heights, but now all of a sudden you riding roller coasters and shit.
Okay. Hot air balloons.
For real, doing fun stuff that I was trying to do when we were together. Oh, okay, bet.
Agreed. I'll have to say eye gazing. Like, why y'all looking in each other's eyes that long? Like,
oh my gosh, I definitely couldn't take that one.
Okay, like that's deep.
Exactly. Like y'all sending each other little telepathic messages. What y'all talking about? What we talking about? Food?
Right.
Nah, that shit would be wild.
You better be talking about buying my book. Okay.
That's right.
Bag, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. Somebody clowned me in the chat. They said, F that. Hold on. F that. Tell Jeff, thank you for pumping the gas. No, sir.
No, because where were you, Roy? And why were you not there to pump the gas? Why was she going out in a car that ain't have enough gas?
Right.
You know what's funny? Look,
Let's really talk about it.
Somebody say I'm making this up. I promise you. Why won't this go off my screen? Oh, my bad. I'm not making this up. My wife, so this particular truck that she has now, she's had it coming up on a year. She's never pumped a tank of gas in that particular vehicle ever. And maybe it's some deep-seated insecurity inside my ass, but I'll be like, no, tank coming up out of this motherfucker.
No, I mean, I don't know, because it's just, you know, I feel like maybe as a man, if you just feel like you can get your woman right, why wouldn't you, you know?
Yeah, I'd be
like my boyfriend will like literally, if we're like even if we're leaving a place and I'm like, oh, I'm finna stop and get gas, he'll like follow me to the gas station, pull up with me, stop, put gas for me, like, because that's just something that if he's around, like, he gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I think that's just maybe a man thing.
Yeah, but it's some new stuff out here though. With y'all new 20-somethings, it's some new shit out here to where like I'm seeing a lot of women online talk about like they going out with dudes and they stop to get some gas and the dude just sit in the whip.
I will say something if a nigga think that he gonna sit and I motherfucking have like if you in my car, you better get out. So, but that's just, it'll definitely show you the caliber of niggas. Like, okay, I'll even get on my brother. Like, boy, get your ass up.
Let me ask you this though.
Get your ass up and hold my hand.
Hilarious. But let me ask you this though. If you were with a woman, would you feel the same way?
If I'm with a woman, I'm pumping my own gas. Duh.
Ask
whoever's car it is.
What'd you say?
I said, ask me that question too.
Go ahead, Sacred. Okay. If you're dating a woman, you dig, and you driving in your car, I mean, who's pumping the gas?
If it's my car, get out, pump the gas. I drove.
Oh.
Not get out, pump the gas. You drove. They got to use their credit card and everything.
I mean, no.
Oh, but you said.
I mean, we can go back and forth on the credit card thing, whole card thing. Like, listen, I like to be courted. Open my doors, take my shoes off, run my bath water. Like when I say goddess, I mean goddess for a reason. I'm not a goddess because I expect you to come in. Like I'm a cater. Everything that I'm asking for, I'm going to do in return. But if I'm in the driver's seat and my gas tank is on the passenger seat, I mean you're closer anyway.
So get your ass out.
Yes, please.
And pay for it and pump it. Thank you.
I mean, you can pay for it and pump it. I mean, I wouldn't mind paying for it sometimes.
Oh, but they gonna pump though, no matter what, though, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I just want to be consistent out here. Tori, what say you, Tori? Who's pumping the damn gas?
I don't know. Shit, it don't matter. Shit. Somebody did the pump regardless of somebody.
As long as we get some gas in this motherfucker.
Right.
You see?
Probably me because I'm a friend I don't like to drive, honestly. So if that's what I gotta do, then shit, I'll do it.
You'd much rather pump the gas than drive.
Right.
Shit, I'll buy the gas. Fuck it, you drive.
Exactly.
I'm with you. What say you? I don't think you said anything on this one, Lionel. Is there something out there that's not cheating, but you would take it the same way?
Because that's really not an easy question for me. I've been thinking the entire time. I don't think of anything. But granted, I'm sure I could find myself in a situation like, hold the fuck up. Like, wait. But off the top of just my head, I can't think of anything. But like, I just have like my non-negotiables, which they are what they are. But besides that, like the whole smoking thing, like does my ego feel away? Yes. Like my ego wakes up when I think about that situation. But ultimately, like I need like a certain amount of trust to exist in this relationship, and I have to move. Like I got to feel that. So I'll grant that too. Like, and I would trust that her smoking with somebody isn't a threat to me in my relationship. Like just like me smoking with a woman isn't a threat to like her relationship. So I always like I don't like to play that game of reducing the shit to something that it's not. I would have to have the tangibles. If y'all were smoking and then y'all fucked, so y'all were smoking and then like I had like, you know, y'all were smoking and then dot, then of course there's something there for me. But if y'all like you got smoked and I like know this person, I know the connection, what am I like worried about?
So let me ask you this, because I'm not a smoker, right? I stopped smoking when I was like, I don't know, last time I was
You were
like,
never truly a smoker, so just go ahead.
yeah, I guess you maybe can say
No,
that.
look, your mic went out because God knew you was gonna talk about
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm back.
yeah, you good.
Yeah. No, but like, no, you're right though. I went through some weird phases. I smoked cigarettes for like a year, and then I just stopped because I was like, it was weird. I smoked cigarettes for a year, but I never bought a pack of cigarettes in my life. I was just
You
a nigga.
smoking with that old bitch.
I was. That's a fact. I had an older joint at the time.
Niggas was peer pressure into smoking.
No, we was at the poetry slam, and you know, back in the day, Sacred Fantasy, everybody used to smoke squares when they go to the poetry slam. Do they
They
still
used to market cigarettes to be cool, so I get it.
I don't know. I'm just asking. No, hold. Let me ask Sacred though. At the poetry, because you do a lot of slang, you do a lot of poetry readings in different shows. Is cigarette smoke still a thing or no?
No.
Not you just try it. Right, go get you some cigarettes if you want.
No, because I'm even thinking about like how it would show and they would be smoking in that bitch. But you know, you just can't smoke in places like you used to be able to do. That used to be like a thing.
That's very true.
I think we should bring it back. As long as I can smoke my weed, like y'all smoke cigarettes, like that's actually how I do smoke weed now. Like, bitch, don't be offended at the smell. Like, you better do the same thing you do when you smell some cigarette smoke. Like, be upset and keep walking. Like, and go about your fucking business.
Yo, Sacred, let me ask you this. I was before I forget, because I'm drinking brown tonight. Have you ever seen the movie Love Jones?
A long time ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So that means no.
Netflix, girl, watch it again.
Watch it again. I'll watch it tonight.
There you go. So Torian, you seen Love Jones, Torian?
Yes, I love Jones.
Oh, that's
Maxwell song.
Love Jones is the shit. That movie got me. That was the only reason I ever wanted to write poetry, because of that movie. When what's my dude's name that's in the movie? What's his name?
Tate.
Lorenz Tate.
Yeah.
When Lorenz Tate did that poem, what's the poem he did? Something Nia. Oh, but he was like, I'm the blues in your left eye, trying to be the funk in your right. Oh, he did his thing on that one. That's my shit. So that's everybody's homework. We got a poet on the show tonight. So everybody's homework is to go home and not only go to her website, get the book, get the music, but also go watch Love Jones. God damn it.
Love Jones.
Love Jones. That's my shit.
That's my mama's favorite movie too.
Oh, whoa. You trying to say I'm that old? Nigga, my old enough to be your daddy? Shit, what is happening right now, Dale?
I don't know how. Probably not. You're probably just in between.
She was like, damn, old nigga. Yeah, my mama like that shit.
Yeah, my grandma loves
it. Her mom just skipped. Her mom just
not him.
Yeah, I'm like, that was definitely like her little time, I think, around
it. The movie is relevant now because Nia Long is the love interest in the movie, and she's in the news now because of her husband, Ime Udoka. You dig? I hear he doing his thing in the NBA.
So making up that name, but that is his name.
Yeah. So, but all right. So yeah, that's everybody's homework. Go home and watch that, right? But let's get to this though. Let's get to this. It's November right now. We're a week away from Thanksgiving. So we are in the peak time right now for what is called cuffing season. I learned this researching this show. Where is it? I got it pulled up somewhere. But the dictionary actually has this in the dictionary. They have like a whole thing now. White people have co-opted cuffing season, that whole term. That they categorize cuffing season as running from the beginning of October to the beginning of March is cuffing season. right? Which makes sense because in March, that's when you get to the spring break, right? In March. So cuffing season starts in October, ends March 1st, right? And right now, shit, it's people are scrambling right now, right? I used to be a partaker in cuffing season. I'm a firm believer in a good cuff up during the wintertime. Let me say that to my single brothers out there, or to my single sisters, right? I'm a firm believer in a good cuff up during the winter. But let me say this: be responsible with that cuff up. Don't cuff up with somebody that. How can I say this? So, in my experience in cuff up, you want to cuff up, have somebody get your relations on with, you know what I'm saying, do your thing with. Don't do that with somebody that you think or has a propensity to get tied into sex, right? Because if y'all are cuffed up and y'all are just going to places, hanging all the time, y'all are together, y'all having a lot of sex during this, 3-4 month period, and then you like, I want to just kick it now. That's a lot for somebody to handle. These Geminis out here will turn on you. Trust me. Oh yeah, these turn on you. You gonna see that other one. You gonna see that.
No, but when you were explaining that, I'm literally thinking, but that's why like you're able to break up by the time the shit goes, like, because it will go sour. I think that casual sex always ends up, going, if it keeps going long enough, because somebody gonna feel something at the end of the day, and that's just gonna.
So that's what it is. That eventually somebody's gonna catch them feelings.
Nah, fact. Somebody gonna catch feelings. And it's probably only gonna be one person.
We've been laying up for 3 months. You staying the night at my house every night, or I'm staying the night at your house. We going out to eat. Now you just now it's March, and you wanna okay. What say you, Sacred?
Like, so now you outside. Now you back outside. Because I'm even thinking like, because in the winter too, like, it get cold. It'd be a little too cold for me to go outside. I'm not a real hoe like Cardi B said. Okay, like, because I be cold. Like, no, I don't got time to be out like this. Like, my ass might as well stay home. Hey, Darren.
Right. He said, lead a Gemini. Listen. Trust me, the Gemini gonna flip on you the moment you say that.
I mean,
go ahead.
When you have sex with somebody, it's an exchange of like energy, and it's an exchange of power. It's a power like exchange. So I mean, you keep having sex with a person, creating a bond with a person. I feel like somebody will have feelings involved. That's why people gotta be just like upfront and honest. Like, this is what I want. It's cuffing season. It's cold. You sick. You can cook. I'm trying to eat for these 6 months, but afterwards, it's back to the streets because then it's gonna be hot, and then I gotta put on like a tank top, and I got these cakes in the back, and I'm trying to, put them back on the bakery shelf.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Come on now. Like, this is a short-term relationship. I want somebody to kick it with, go to the movie with, you know what I'm saying? Lay up and watch Netflix with.
Okay.
It's too cold to be going out here to these clubs every night. I just want to kick it. Is there anything? Should more people just be upfront with their intentions? Should they just be like, hey?
That should definitely be the underlying thing here. Communicate what you want. Be clear about what you want. Know what you want. For one, because it's just better for all people involved, I think.
Yes.
Agreed.
Because
it may be fucked up when you're the one who catches feelings. Because it may not even be like, it may not even be explicitly said. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's the weed. See, that's the weed.
Wasn't meant to be.
That's the weed. That's what it is. You see what happens? That's why I gave it up. That's why I gave it up. But no, I'm with you though. That like sometimes, when you get into this cuffing season thing, man, I think sometimes people just kind of understand that like Okay, let me ask this question. Does everybody agree that sometimes certain relationships just run their course?
Yes.
For sure.
Like it's no matter what either one of us can really do. Like it started off super hot, you know what I'm saying? We were really into each other, and then it just kind of ran its course, and now we kind of both are like we looking for a way out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think Eric has
I don't
everybody.
know, not in the way that you described it like that. I'm like at the beginning, really feeling each other.
Yeah, like
No.
you meet this person in like the first month and a half, 2 months, is just like, man, everything is good. It's like super passionate.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of runs its course, though.
Well, there's only two options,
What are
period.
those options?
Especially from there, and it's you either grow together or you grow apart. So, like,
Okay.
so either you guys are gonna become a thing, and you guys are just gonna continue to evolve together, or you guys are gonna recognize, like, and as time goes on, you'll just start to realize more and more how this actually isn't what you want or where you want to be at. And so, but that's just the bottom line. It's either coming together, growing apart, and that's okay. Like, don't fight that shit. And because, like, for Torian, like that story you were talking about earlier, how like the guy you were dating, he wasn't drinking at the time, but then like, oh well, 2 days later, once y'all stop, he's drinking now. But there's so many things as to like how that could be working in your benefit. Like you might not want to deal with that drunk person, like the drunk version of him, or just like, who knows where he's at in that space. So it's okay allowing all this shit to change, allowing everyone to grow at their own pace, but then seeing if it works for you or not. And like that's the decision you make, you know.
There you go. Tell Torian hell.
I understand. It's still fuck him.
It shouldn't be fuck him. It needs to be okay. Respect him, love him still.
Ooh.
Hey, so that's the thing. So I'm gonna change the narrative because that's the thing. It's fuck him, and like the city girls have done a number. A lot of people have done a number, but like we have to we actually need to change that frequency. That's not even of us. So let's get to a vibe that whenever we're not dealing with someone anymore, we can still have it be amicable. We can still have it be peaceful. It could still be a networking position potentially. You know, there's a lot that can come from it, and it doesn't have to be romantic drama. Fuck you, war, in game. Crush everything, you know.
No, I still love him. Like that girl we was talking about. I mean, talking about her, I still love her.
You know, we were just saying she needs to go back home. She go back home. Go home.
Go home.
Shit, I'm still trying to go home.
Out of your blessing right now, Tori. Right? No, I feel that. Like I think people needed to hear that. Real talk. But y'all know I've always said on this show, I've never broken up with anybody on bad terms. Like it just like, you know, it just like didn't work out. But I've never broken up with nobody like some.
It'd be funny because Libras say that shit and the other person be hating us. They be mad.
I am a Libra. This is true.
That's a very interesting
they
take.
be on the other scale. We be like, yes, all love. Like
he's like, you know, it's been so peaceful every breakup.
And they're like, that bitch broke my heart. That fucking liar.
We're like disliking every episode. That's where that's coming from.
Yeah, like you're right. Let me speak for me. For me, I'm good.
Well, and that's beautiful though. But no, I vouch for that. I vouch for the connectivity of it all still. Because clearly something brings you guys together, but like it's a train of thought. It's a thing to really like process, to like receive that like sometimes you just grow apart. And then you can take the relationships that you don't feel any different in, you can take those on that comes completely different. It hits different at that point because you can accept the fact that wait, this might not be serving me how I needed to, and that's okay. But the ones that are, boom, down, you give it what it deserves.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I listen. I don't know, man. I just think that like if you gonna participate in cuff, if you are going into it intentionally, saying that yo, I'm just like I don't like, you know, because sometimes okay, this is just my thinking. I don't want y'all don't gotta subscribe to this. Just my thinking, right? I'm married now, so this is no longer my thinking. But back in the day, long time ago, I could meet a woman and be like, I know this ain't a long-term thing, you know what I'm saying? but she cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see myself really being with her like that. But we can kick it, you know what I'm saying? And like not have no issues. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, like, you know, that's just, you know, I wasn't honest about that, but like sometimes it's just to pass the time. Like, I know we're gonna have a good time. I know we got
that's I feel like that's fair, like in itself. But then where it's kind of fucked up to me is like, I mean, it's one thing the fact that you don't like communicate, like, okay, well, this is kind of how I see the situation. But like, what's the true intention though? Like, what's the true intention if like you already know, like, and this really isn't gonna go anywhere, and then you're not communicating it, like, isn't that a lot of energy, but kind of wasted energy on both parts?
I'm just looking at it as like, I enjoy the companionship, right? And like any relationship that I've ever been in, I've always respected those relationships because I feel like there was a reason that I had those relationships, and like there was something that I took away from that, right? Like, you know, like I said, again, I don't feel like I left any relationship on bad terms. You know what I'm saying? I want to, you know, because I never left on like, first, y'all know me. I don't believe in cussing nobody out, none of that stuff. So I've never done any of that, right? So I never left a relationship on like some like we gotta cuss each other out to where we hate each other. It was just always like, maybe I was working too much, maybe we lived in different places, maybe we couldn't see each other. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. To where like, you know what, this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? But there were a couple times though to where like I knew personally that like this probably ain't gonna work with this person, right? Because I don't know, maybe Sacred Fantasy is a New York Knicks fan, and I just can't deal with that. So I know long term this ain't gonna work, but she's super cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can get with you, but I just know that like you're not my person for life. Now maybe you might change my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I would have been open to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same. I've been in that position too, and like, but I give the see. On the other hand, I will ghost, but before I would ever even just get gone, like I would totally have the conversation of here's kind of what I'm feeling. Here's the thing that maybe not connecting how I wanted to, and so like I'll make that clear, and then if like nothing changes, if like there's nothing that actually works out from there, then I'll have no problem not saying anything and just completely
just
yeah.
Agreed. No, I feel that though. Like,
bow out gracefully.
I feel you on that. If you have the conversation with the person, letting them know why it's not working, and they're still continuously repeating the same trajectory and not changing, then why put yourself through that mental decay to stay with a person who you know is not for you? So ghost, just leave. I told you what I wanted, what I needed. Maybe you're not emotionally equipped or just like, you know, physically equipped to give me what I desire. And that's okay, because there's somebody else out here that's perfect for you.
And that's fair to you as a person, but then like that's fair to the self. But I have to say, then being fair to the other person that you're in a relationship with, like especially if it's serious, like you have to be fair to the fact that like how serious are you about working on this, like growing this? Because like some things are like, you know, it's a process 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you don't just go 0, 4 and situation. So like, whenever you can recognize too, like I see you work, I see your trajectory, and I see how you're coming. Like that works. Like that's and like that you can pay with that. Like that'll get you somewhere, but like not really just like words and shit like that, and not coming with any energy behind it. That gets you ghosted. That gets your laptop shut.
I agree with that. Like if they're making progress, like I agree with growing with people. I agree. Like in the relationship I am now, we're open. We have open communication. Like we're having even exchange. There's so much reciprocity. We're growing together. Where I lack in certain areas, you know, she fills in, and vice versa. So we're growing together. It's just like a unison. Now I've been in a relationship with people where I knew they weren't my person. This feels like my person. Like we have soul ties from prior lifetimes and past lifetimes and things of that nature. So I've been in relationships where it's like we were growing apart. This one feels like we're definitely growing together.
That's beautiful. I endorse that. I love to hear that, and I'm happy to hear that.
Yes.
Well, me and my wife are probably gonna argue tonight.
No.
As long as y'all have some good makeup sex after.
Just to put that out there, like, you know, every now and again, I feel like we just need a good argument. We ain't argued in a while.
That's about that time.
Yeah, let's freshen this thing up. Let me go in here and piss her off.
As long as you have some good makeup sex.
No, I'm playing. But no, I do know dudes that I know people that do that though. That like,
intentionally.
yeah, they like, yo, we need. It's about that time, just to mix this up. What say you, Mo? You've been kind of silent on this, Mo, on this cuffing season, Mo.
Cuffing season.
I know Mo can cook, so Mo is like a prime cuffing. Like people who can cook, you're a prime candidate for cuffing season.
Okay.
You can cook, shit. Yeah.
I ain't doing no cooking this year.
Like shit, what you got? What you cooking? Okay, I'm gonna pull up, cause that's what I said I would start off, right? I'm gonna pull up. I'm like, no.
I was not a fan of cuffing season for a while, so I don't really remember too much about cuffing season. Honestly,
it was never your thing.
I mean, I feel like it was a long time ago, but I mean, that was pre-adult me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really say.
I always say that.
For cuffing season, like it was just like, okay, if I did, meet someone that I was compatible with, okay, but it's not like a necessity.
But I do know people that like want to have somebody to go to like holiday parties with though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you really feel that deeply about it, I guess I've never just like had that desperation for like,
Oh, don't call them desperate, man.
I mean, that is a desperation. Like,
I ain't never been a desperate
man.
desperate.
I just need a man to do with this activity with you. Like
who am I gonna go to this holiday party with?
Take your niece and nephew, or take your sibling or something. Like, it doesn't absolutely have. I mean, I guess it's for the aesthetics, but I'm just like, none of this shit is real anyway. So like,
have you fucked up? Have you in a fucked up situation?
Is this a simulation, Mo? What are you saying? It ain't real.
I'm just like, listen, y'all might say and try to call me a Grinch because like this is the holiday season that I really, it doesn't amp me up.
It's not given.
It doesn't amp me up. Like I just am not really, it's cute doing cute stuff, but I do cute stuff all year round. Like, so we can do some cute shit in the summer. We can do some cute shit in the fall, in the winter. Like I'm an all around seasonal, like cute type of person when it comes to relationships. So like there's no need to have a season for it. Like just enjoy your time with your family. Like this is a good time for family and like being surrounded by your loved ones and stuff too. So
I think sometimes though, like this shit is subconscious. I think cuffing season started off subconsciously. I think like once people put a label on it, then it became a thing. But I think before that, it was just like a subconscious thing that like, yo,
well, I think it's real. Like, and the scientist in me is like, it goes down to the cell. Like on a cellular level, the cells operate in the same way. And so now that it's getting colder and we're getting to this part of the year, if you look at cells, they're going to start slowing down.
Let's go, Lionel.
They're going to become more compact as well. So they'll be tighter and closer. Whereas in the summer, they'll be a lot more like gas-like, and they'll be moving freely and faster. And so like same with humans, as if a human isn't a cell, as if an egg isn't a cell. Like everything here is like cells. So same, it's real. It's like there is a name to it now, but then that's the thing. People put names to everything. Y'all put a name. They're trying to put a name to everything. But it's because like when you contemplate and when you think and you process, you can regurgitate something. You actually speak. So it's like, yeah, there's a name to things now. Okay. Like, why is that so problematic for the world, for some people to process? Like, why are they trying to put a name to everything? They got a name for everything. It's like, okay, yeah. And y'all were just overlooking hella shit. So what?
I think it's just for that point. I think it's mostly just because people get carried away with, new terms and concepts that it's like they don't really understand them themselves. So they're spreading misinformation about what they actually are. So I think that's really where the frustration stems when it comes to that. Because how many times have we heard certain words just being used completely wrong?
Like narcissism.
Yeah.
But then you think, how many people are narcissists?
Yeah, that's true.
How many people are probably really dealing with narcissistic moms, dads, brothers, relationships? And that's the thing. It's like people are speaking. So it's just like,
one big one for me was fat phobia. That one was one that was like, okay.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, fat phobic, being fat phobic. Yeah.
Yes.
What the hell does that mean?
That was one where I was just like, okay, like I think some people aren't really understanding what that means, because there were people getting upset about people who were like wanting to, take up fitness and be healthier. They're like, that's fat phobic. Like I don't think that's fat phobic. They want to be, they want to feel better and look better.
Right.
Better for like.
Okay, so hold on, we gotta stop. Either one or two things. Either Naomi's screen is froze, or we need to go check on her.
It's time for bed. Look, because after 5:30, the sun be setting early. It's time for bed.
Went into it. Naomi got too high tonight.
No, I was really grounding.
You were grounding.
Yeah, I was.
The fuck?
And that's crazy. Because I was thinking, like, maybe I'll do this and nobody would notice. Like, wow.
Maybe I would hold on. So you thought to yourself, maybe I would close my eyes on a live podcast and no one would see me.
I didn't know y'all could tell my eyes are closed.
She couldn't tell.
I'm like, my eyes are usually already pretty low by this point. Like, can you even tell that I open?
She was like, I couldn't see y'all, so y'all couldn't see me.
But yeah, just a little,
This is a good time though. This is a good segue though, because now I can get to. Let me go back to Sacred, and I want to talk about. First of all, let me put up her website so everybody can see it on the screen here. There we go. There we go. Y'all can pull that up. Sacred Fantasy, you did. thesacredfantasy.com. That's the website. You can go on there. You can listen to music. You got videos on there. You can go to the shop section. You can get the books. You can get the music. You dig what I'm saying? Is there any, I didn't ask you this earlier. Musically, was there anyone who was like an influence on you, either in music or poetry?
No.
Okay, well, damn, fuck them. Okay.
I mean, not that I don't respect the greats. I do respect the greats. I do respect the greats, but sonically, no.
I can respect that. So 21 can't do nothing for you. 21 can't.
Nah. I like I said, lyricists, man, like lyricists for me got to be like my top. Lauryn Hill, Ciroc. People sleep on Ludacris. Ludacris has bars and he's creatively funny. Ludacris is one of my top two. Definitely Tupac for poetry. Prince. Prince is iconic. Michael Jackson, iconic as well. There's so many people I can name, like Jasmine Sullivan. She's just dope because no matter she don't get her accolades as much as she would want them, but she's iconic. Like you put Jasmine Sullivan against the best soul singers in these categories at the Grammys, and she's going to outsing them, run circles around them. Right. Etta James, love Etta James, Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters. I mean, I can go on and on. Mm-hmm. I respect them, but I respect them, but until I find my sound, I'm not going to take pieces of them.
Mm-hmm. Right. No, I would agree with you. After listening to like your sound, it definitely doesn't sound like anyone. That's why I wanted to ask you. That's why I asked the question earlier. Like, who do you think? And like when you said like nobody, I was like, yeah, that's kind of right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I didn't have nobody either that you sound like, right? So like it made sense. But like your subject matter, I could definitely hear from the subject matter. Those people that you named, the Lauryn Hill, Prince, I could hear that in the subject. Mm-hmm. Right? But definitely, it doesn't sound like that. But subject matter wise, like, okay, yeah. I can definitely, you know what I'm saying? And that's definitely, and it's dope. And like, I think in 2022, this is the stuff that we should be promoting. And I say should be. I know some people going to take, exception to that. I'm just saying though, that like, everybody always complains that everything sounds the same.
Yes.
And then we got artists like yourself and others, many others that don't sound like anything that we're listening to right now, right? Mm-hmm. And like, we need to make sure that like we all promote that and push that to the forefront. Like, yo, if you're looking for something else, check out Sacred Fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole different vibe. Check that out.
Right.
So we always try to highlight definitely local talent and anybody else that's out there. We are trying to highlight that, just some alternatives, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of dope music out there. It's a lot of dope creatives out there that like just don't get necessarily the shine.
Yes.
And
agreed.
And one thing I respect about you, from what I've seen locally and online, if somebody is in a venue and they have a microphone, you are never afraid to go grab that motherfucker.
Right. Right. It's because it's what I do. I love poetry. I speak poetically. Poetry is my passion. I live it. I breathe it. I eat it. So like I'm like battle rap me. I don't care.
That's what's up. Where did you grow up? Because I know you say you live in San Antonio. Are you from San Antonio?
Oh no, so I was born in Harvey, Illinois. It's like 15 minutes away from Chicago.
Okay.
So yeah, so I grew up in Illinois.
Okay.
It's it's in the water. It's just in the water.
No, I can't
Creativity.
because I was trying to see. I was like, if you was a Texas girl or not. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's dope. No, trust me, if y'all, man, you would do yourself a favor to go to her page, go to her website. Trust me, it's a vibe. When you go over there, it's like nothing you've never heard before. It's a vibe. It's if you're someone who appreciates freestyle, you're gonna appreciate it because you're like, yo, that's a real freestyle. She not standing there with a phone in her hand, right? Like spitting something. Not to knock the people that do that, right? I enjoy a good organized freestyle.
Facts.
But I still love a true off the dome, throw a beat on, let me just vibe freestyle. I love that.
We need to come up with a word for that whenever it's like freestyle was written.
Ooh.
Because they are just putting that in the category for it needs a name.
Yeah, that's not
Okay.
freestyle. I don't know
It's
why they
not
call
freestyle.
that freestyle.
Yeah.
They take it like if it's not a song, then it's a freestyle. Like
Yeah, like I just wrote this real quick and excuse me, you wrote it. So like these people are literally coming off the top of their heads with this as they speak. Like that's totally different.
That's facts. And the reason why I choose to freestyle because I can like literally I go line for line when I'm writing, but when I'm writing, it's so many lines that I miss. Like I'm thinking of one thing and the next line come and I can't write as fast as I can freestyle. So I record a lot of content and I'll go back and make something from it. So for me, it's easier to freestyle than it is to write. Now, freestyling, the lines may not be as articulated as I want them to be when I write, but with freestyling, I just people it's just like speaking. I mean, if I can formulate a sentence, I can formulate bars. It's just like I don't know. It's just freestyle feel like sex. Freestyle feel like
Yeah, that's
sex.
interesting. Because that's like I was thinking while you were saying that there's like just so much divinity in that in freestyling. And, like you become even more intentional with like connecting in that way. Just imagine that's really of course I've been saying alchemy all day and all night today, but like because that's what that is, bro. It's kind of straight out of like nothing, and then you make this song to this thing. And then to think someone hears that and feels a way about it, and like they have this response, like that's it's just like this thing that keeps going. It's crazy.
Yes.
So what a dope experience.
I love the title of your new EP, Trail Kims and Poetry.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that title. I'm a fan of that title. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh,
wait, what's the first part? It's what?
It's Trail Kims. Instead of putting Kim Trail, it's Trail Kim.
Okay, yeah, so that's why that threw me off. Okay.
Yeah. It's not Kim Trail, Trail Kim.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, that's what threw me off. That's
Trail Kim Poetry, yeah.
Yeah, because I took a picture and right above my locks was a chemtrail. So I'm just like, nah, we're not doing this again. So I converted it into trail chems and poetry. So I like to put like messages into my poetry without, people who want to look for things to be like, oh, Sacred said this, this, and that. Like I put little gems in poetry so people can start thinking, like use your mind. Stop letting people think for you.
No, I enjoyed that. When I saw that, I was like, oh, because like to your point, the EP has literally the chemtrail in the photo, and that's the so it's dope. So trust me, you'll do yourself a favor listening to it. I enjoyed it. It's definitely a vibe. It's like nothing that you've heard. You gotta have to like listen to that and listen back to really catch it, because like the vibe is totally different. And so, who do you enjoy working with, like in terms of like other creatives?
Ooh, okay, so Mr. Funketeer, the Funkland Band, Fingers, Pure Elite Music Group, Apollo Black. There's so many great creators here. This is a guy called Sensei Ken J, wonderful producer. Groove, my bro, on the drums. He is sick on the drums. There's this band out here called the Silver Spoons. I can go on and on. I love to just work with other people, create with other people. MC Squared, they're dope too. I did freestyles on their entire album. It's called the Venus EP. I was the voice of that EP. Did freestyles on their entire album. It's a really good album to listen to too if you enjoy poetry and like actual hip hop. That's like not rap, but it's hip hop with culture. You know, they have all the elements of hip hop in there, down to b-boys and their music videos. Sick.
Wow.
If somebody said, "Yo, I don't got a lot of time," what's the one poem or one song that you would say, like, "Yo, if you only gonna listen to one, if it's only one that you're gonna listen to or read, what's that one?"
To read, Scholastic Scholar.
Okay. And where's that? Is that in the first book?
Second book.
The second book. Okay, got you.
Second book. It's bar heavy. It's meaningful. It's definitely will leave you on the edge of your seat to the very last line.
What's it called? One more time. Scholastic Scholar.
Scholastic Scholar. Yes.
Okay. And is there a song, like if there's one joint that you like, yo, if it can be a freestyle, whatever, that you like, yo, like this is the one that you like. If it's any one, this is that one.
Sacred Sounds. Sacred Sounds is a freestyle, but it's like very feminine and it's real sexy. It's real sexy. It's real sexy. I like it.
Hold on. Sacred Sounds. That's the one where you start off and you saying like, so you think I'm just gonna do a whole song about? Oh, okay, yeah, I like that joint. Yeah, I like that joint. I agree with you. I like that joint.
You smell like, you sound like, you taste like, yes, all those.
Yeah,
all of that. Yes.
Yeah, you said you were talking about you taste like, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, let me rewind this. I had to wipe off my sweat. Hold on.
Okay.
No, I like that. No, it's funny you said that because that I came from. Obviously, you see, I know the song. That's one of my favorite joints that I listen to. I ain't gonna front because you was like, you start off the whole vibe. Trust me. What's the name of that? One more time for the people.
Sacred Sounds.
Sacred Sounds. Trust me. The whole vibe. Who's the producer on that? Can we give them some credit as well?
Sensei Ken J.
Okay.
Sensei, yes, and he did the keys on the track as well.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I listened to that one because you like when you start off talking on that one, and you think I'm just gonna do a whole track about like, and you was like, I was like, oh shit, she is okay. Here we go. So yeah, no, that shit is fire. I like Sacred Sounds. Sacred Sounds is definitely.
You think I'm gonna take an entire track to stroke your ego? Well, you right. Okay.
That shit was hard. That was hard. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, she is. Here we go. Let's get it. Yeah.
Okay.
That is dope. I agree with you. That is a dope choice.
I'm definitely gonna tap in.
Yeah, I listened to that. No cap. I listened to that 5 times today. No cap.
I'm tired. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I knew. She said it. I was like, oh, I know that one. I was like, that's my shit. So
a certified Bob.
Yeah, no doubt. So y'all make sure y'all tap into her, man. Hit her up on her website. Definitely show some love. The Sacred Fantasy. Let me pull it up one more time. thesacredfantasy.com. Y'all can jump on there, man. And let me scroll down a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all can jump on there, man. It's an old vibe. Got the books, got the shop. And it's more than just the books and the music. She got the African black soap on there as well. If you want to get it. You did?
Yeah. I create my own skincare products.
Okay.
Outside of being an artist, I own a spa, a day spa.
Talk that talk. Tell us about that.
It's called Divinity Massage, NOACES Spa. I'm a licensed esthetician, licensed nail tech, licensed massage therapist, certified naturopathic food healing instructor, certified Qigong instructor. So I love what I do. Best massage therapist in town, hands down. Your favorite massage therapist. I'm their favorite massage therapist, humbly speaking.
I'm literally going for a massage tomorrow. You're in San Antonio?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be home next week. It's good.
Yes. Come by and see it. It's so cute in there. Yeah, it's a whole vibe in the spot. Like once you walk in, it's just like the outside of it. I picked a building that kind of people think it's an apartment complex, but it's a building with like a lot of hair shops. I'm the only spa there. So when you first, it's a like a beige color brick building. So once you walk in, you're greeted with like these, I want to say blonde or light brown towel, and then there's wood grain everywhere. There's plants everywhere, cascading down the walls. It's just a vibe.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Like you're actually just the vibe. I'm so
yes,
glad
you
that
are, man.
Roy even like hooked this up because you're dope. And I'll be in San Antonio. Okay, Mo. Next time I'm in San Antonio,
See me.
yeah, that's the move.
I'm a reflection of y'all, so I'm just thank you.
No,
for
and I'm
that.
so glad that I called you in because we're literally right here, and I'm definitely gonna
Yes.
tap in with you after the
Yes.
show.
I love this. Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So y'all make sure y'all check out our sis, man, and go show some love over there. Trust me, man, you're gonna vibe out. I've been vibing out for the last 3 days. So maybe she might be the soundtrack to your cuffing season. I don't but y'all
I was thinking like I made it past cuffing season with my relationship, but when you told me the dates, we started our relationship March 1st.
Okay.
The last day of cuffing season.
yeah,
Like damn, I was literally thinking, I was more of a spring kind of a person.
yeah.
But
Okay.
You got
Sound
back
like
outside.
picnics.
yeah.
You got back outside. All right, let's get about here for the night, man. But thank you to Sacred Fantasy for coming through, man, and blessing us on the show tonight. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. TheSacredFantasy.com is the website. Give them the IG one more time where they can follow you.
So you can follow me at IG at sacred_fantasy. TheSacredFantasy.com for my books. Thank you for having me on the podcast. I close my eyes to take a look, leave them shook. I mean, I freestyle like my bars came from Holy Grail, so I put them in my books. Okay, I'm done. Thank
No,
you.
you literally have to
Listen, I was gonna let you rock. You did, because I
I
thought
mean,
Tori was finna backdoor you.
who go back door me?
Hey,
You guys, I'm listening.
okay. I thought Tori was gonna pick it. Hold on, somebody said F Torian. Hold on, what's this in the chat?
What?
Oh, they said you didn't remind him who was Torian. Torian, come on.
You can watch the playback.
You should know it's Wednesday, TR.
Right, she knows.
And like you could have looked at my story or Torian's story at any time today
Right.
and seen and got your reminder.
Okay.
So y'all make sure, man, if you don't do nothing, man, tap in with our sis. We do appreciate it, man. Thank you for blessing us tonight. Shout out to our panel, man. We're gonna be off next week because we got Thanksgiving. We're gonna have some time off, everybody chill with the family. We're gonna come back though in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, we want to talk about this.
Did you have a November? Okay.
I'm not even gonna give it to the people. You got to go to our IG. Go to our IG _no strings. And we're gonna tell y'all what we're gonna talk about in 2 weeks. We're gonna got something special for y'all coming up in. I know people have been talking about when we're gonna have Dr. Umar back on. I want to say right now, off the top of my head, I'm looking for probably the first week of February right now, just because December is a busy month, and then we go straight into the new year. So we're probably looking at the first week of February, which is a good time because that's technically the 4-year anniversary since he's owned the buildings for the school. So we want to talk to him about the school this next go around. So y'all tap in on that. Watch that interview from last week. It's a beautiful interview. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with our sister Sacred Fantasy, man. We will holler at y'all next week on No Strings. I'm sorry, in 2 weeks on No Strings.
Happy holidays. Bye.
Happy holidays. Thanksgiving.